What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rides and Customs. Welcome back to another episode of the big 1/12 scale Revell Camaro that we're going to be pro-streeting with some of the products from MCV Products. And I'm going to show y'all how I arrive at where I want to make the cut line off of that frame right there. So this is what we did to start off with. Was I got some paper just big enough to draw a center line on the axles. So we mocked up the rear axle and the front axle right here, and we just took a steel straight edge, which I use. I've got a big, nice steel machinist straight edge right here, and we measured this out at actually 9 1/16. I had to look back. Sorry about having to waver around right there. And what we did was, once we went to the graph paper, I wouldn't say graph paper, but the drafting paper, we measured, this will be the rear axle, this will be the front axle, and we just squared everything up on 9 1/16. The center line is just really a center line positioning if you want to move the body around, make sure everything's square. But what we did, we needed to determine a cut line off of where we're going to have to cut and attach this back calf. Now what I did was I took some scrap lumber as far as some 1x material. I think this used to be a 1x6. It's about 1x5 now, but I had it laying around. And what I did was I subbed up the back calf here from MCV Products. We put the 4-link together, put the axle housing in, and we leveled it out. And you see right there, it's pretty level. But what you want to do is you want this back piece right in here. You want this back piece right here to be perfectly square. So I know I've got that pretty level there. That's the frame looks good. Everything's good right there. It's got a little upward, but that's fine. You're not going to see that in the final. So now that we've got a positioning of how deep this thing is, I take my steel straight edge and we just pushed it right through. And then once I was able to get that, everything is flush right there and right there, we just moved everything away over to this, move this out of the way, and we was able to position that down, hold that, and then just draw us a straight edge all the way across. That's going to be our cut line. Okay, now that we've established that, we're going to take our frame and we're going to put it right back to where everything, and this is one of the reasons why I have a center line drawn. I like to kind of position that right about where center's at. I'm going to look at, and how am I going to determine that this line right here is actually flush with that edge right there? We're going to take the straight edge, we stand it up right on that. And then we look right down through there, and I'm gonna push right there till that is in center. We'll come right here, we'll do the same thing, and we're right in the center of that axle. Now I know where, once I get ready to do the cut, I have a positioning of where that's gonna, and I said earlier in my earlier video that just looking at the eyeball with a naked eye, that cut line was going to be right behind this floor pan, right down through here. And sure enough, it is. It's going to be right down through there. So I'll be able to put that in the miter jig that I made earlier, and we'll be able to get that cut, and we'll be mounting this back half onto the back of this frame. Everything from right here forward is all going to be original. Everything from right here back is going to be the back half from MCV Products. All right, next video, you will see a back half that will be attached to this, and we're looking over there at that big body, and we'll be, once we get everything glued onto it and make sure everything's good and secure, we'll start taking some measurements as far as off the original fender wells and stuff, and transfer them over this and start cutting everything out to where it'll fit up in that body over there. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Everybody stay tuned to the next episode, and we'll start having a little bit more fun with this thing. And as I always say, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.